Hey guys, what's up? It's Vikeejeah, and I'm coming to you with my new everyday look for fall. I've done a pretty minimal look here. This shouldn't really take you very long if you want to recreate this look. And I used a couple of samples. You guys may have seen them from my most recent haul videos. And if not, I have a couple of cards that will pop up right here so that you can click and check them out. I did an Ulta haul and I did a Sephora haul in which I used a couple of the products that I am going to show you guys. This is from the Makeup Forever 500 Points gift, and I pretty much used all of that transition color right there on my eyes today, as well as a little bit of this really nice shimmery, I want to call this a muted brown with a little bit of shimmer to it. It's got a touch of cranberry in there. It's really nice. And then I used this nice highlight shade here. So I just used this sample to achieve this eye. I also used from my Ulta haul the Tardiest liner with my new Japanese brush. And I used my brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills with my MAC brow my brow pencil to achieve today's brow look, which is I think pretty natural. I think this will be really great for every day. And then I tried out a new mascara called Iconoclast from Butter London, a nice deluxe sample that I received. And on the cheeks, I have pretty much a staple in my my arsenal for my beauty regime, and that is the Clinique ColourPop Cola Pop blush. I absolutely love this for women of color. And I used where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm really excited to talk about this. So I received in my Ipsy bag the Ofra rather, eyeshadow and highlighter in Bliss. And I consider it, I used it as a highlight today, I consider this a dupe, a comparable dupe for Becca's Champagne Pop. I will show you guys swatches right now. So here's Champagne Pop, you guys. And I'm going to grab a swatch and put it right here. And then here's the Ofra eyeshadow and highlight in Bliss. Here it is. And I'm going to swatch that for you right next to it. I'm going to put a touch more because it is a cheaper brand. You're going to need a little bit more, but check those out. You get a little more pigment with the Champagne Pop, but they are the same color. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting in this room, but as I'm looking at it in front of me, they are like practically the exact same color. So the Ofra shadow retails for $15 and Champagne Pop is $38. So I just wanted to put it out there for my girls who would love to purchase Champagne Pop, but it's either unavailable in their area or it's outside of your budget. Definitely check out this Ofra eyeshadow and highlight. I think it's pretty damn beautiful. And then I finished things off with the Audacious lipstick in Bet from NARS. I love this color for fall, you guys. It is so deep and rich and luxurious, and this, like, there's no gloss on top of this, by the way. That is just pure moisturizing shine from the NARS formula. I'm really digging on this look a lot. I hope you guys are too. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Stick around so that you can see how I achieved this look. Mwah! Thanks for watching. So I'm starting off with a primer on my lips. Just because I'm going to be going in with a dark lippy and I want to make sure that the color really pops. Then I am going to brush my eyebrows with my spoolie. Most of the tools I'm using are from e.l.f. I'm going to leave everything in the description box, you guys, no worries. So now I'm filling in my brow with the MAC brow pencil in Spiked. This is my new favorite brow pencil. I love the color payoff. It matches my hair really well, and I feel like it fills in my brows fairly quickly in comparison to the Brow Wiz from Anastasia. So I'm just going to finish filling in my brows, and I'm going to do the other one off camera. I'm just grooming it after I had finished filling it in. And now to set it and to add a little bit more depth, I'm going to go in with a tinted brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is a new one that I picked up from Ulta. I really like it. I like that, you know, I could have gone with maybe a darker shade, but I actually like the lighter shade because it keeps my brows from looking too dark and too drawn in. So I'm really into it. It's the dark brown one. And now I'm going to go in for my eye look. I'm starting with a base from NYX or NYX, depending on how you pronounce it. I'm just going to use this as both my primer and my base for the colors that I'm going in with, because they're a little light and I want to make sure that they stand out at least a little bit. I'm going for a very subtle eye look with a little bit of shimmer. Using a sample that I received from my 500-point gift from Makeup Forever, I'm going in with the middle transitions shade, and I'm going to use this all over my lid up into the crease. Since I have hooded eyelids, I tend to take my mobile lid color into my crease and then draw my crease a little higher than my natural crease, just so that you could actually see what I've done to my eyes. If I did it the kind of standard way, then you wouldn't see any of my crease color at all, because the hooded puffiness of my crease would cover it up. So that's what I do. I cheat my crease a little bit so that you can actually see the variance in color. So now I'm using the deepest shade on the Makeup Forever eyeshadow samples to give myself a little bit of a crease, and I'm using an angled crease brush from Sonia Kashuk, one of my faves. I love how it's kind of pointed, and it really kind of makes the process really easy. So now I'm going in with a fluffy blender brush from e.l.f. and I'm taking the lightest shade and I'm going to highlight my brow bone and my inner tear duct. I like how smooth and buttery these shadows are. So I'm actually really interested in picking up that crease shade that I used. It has a little shimmer to it, as does the brow bone highlight. So now I'm going to start up my liner with the Tarteist liner from Tarte. And I'm going to, instead of using the liner brush that comes with it, I'm going to use my new Japanesque angled liner brush. I believe it's a 110-degree angle. I wanted to test it out and see if it really helped me steady my hand, and I believe it does. The angle, coupled with, you know, resting my finger against my face, helped me to steady my hand while I did the wing liner. And the really fine tip helped me get a nice flick on this particular liner look. I was going for something pretty thin because, again, I have hooded eyelids and I wanted to make sure that you could still see my mobile lid even after I finished lining my lash line. I really love the Tarteist, the gel liner formula. It remains fluid and moldable just long enough. You still have to work quickly, but I feel like it's less drying than my Makeup Forever gel liner, for example. So I feel like the Japanesque brush made quick work of this. I did cut a lot of it out because it's kind of boring to watch me put on my liner in full, but if you can just see the difference and how like incredibly smooth that looks, I'm so happy with it. So then I finished my other eye off camera and I'm going in with some mascara right now. This is the Iconoclast mascara and it's a volumizing mascara from Butter London. I actually really love the brush on this one. That ball at the end of it really helps to catch all of the small lashes in your inner and outer tear duct area. And it made decent work of my lower lashes. I would still probably use the MAC Giga Black for my lower lashes or the Tightline mascara from IT Cosmetics because I like finer definition on my lower lash line. So I would use the Iconoclast for my upper lashes only. I like that they create volume. I would probably use them coupled with something like the Roller Lash mascara to give myself some curl and some length on top of the volume. Clearly I enjoyed it. So now we're going to move on to blush, and this is my all-time favorite blush. It is Colourpop from Clinique. It's from their cheek blush line that they recently released. I love the packaging. It's beautiful clear packaging with the floral detail pressed into the product, and it's so gorgeous for women of color. It's a very subtle flush of color depending on what tool you use. I'm using a very fluffy Real Techniques blush brush, so it's dusting the product on very lightly, which allows you to build upon it. Love it. All right, so now we're moving on to the highlight, and this is the Afra eyeshadow and highlight in Bliss. This is what I mentioned to you guys earlier in the video was comparable to Champagne Pop from Becca. I think it's a very nice dupe. I really do. I think that it is buildable, which I really like. You can often make the mistake of overdoing it with Champagne Pop because it's so finely milled and it's so highly pigmented. But with this particular product, I feel like you can build upon it a little bit easier, especially for those of us who are just starting out with makeup or, you know, aren't really that well versed in technique. I think it would be really perfect for that, and you wouldn't spend as much money on a product so that you can practice with it. So now I'm going in with a little bit of my Amazonian Clay Loose Powder Foundation, and it pretty much matches me right now, so it's just really to warm me up slightly. It's not going to be very noticeable, but I wanted to use it as a little bit of a bronzer under my cheek and around my forehead and my jawline. You can see it just a touch right there, how it's slightly warmer than the foundation that I'm wearing, which is by Marc Jacobs. You guys can check out my first impressions video of the Remarkable foundation right here. I'm gonna leave the card for you. And I enjoy this foundation powder because it's very fine, it's buttery, it blends in beautifully, and it doesn't appear cakey over liquid foundation. So I think it blends in really nicely. It was just more for peace of mind than anything else. I don't think that it really did that much for me in terms of creating depth. Just a little touch of warmth. So now we're going to finish off the look with the lipstick. This is Audacious lipstick from NARS in the color Bet, which is a super deep wine meets plum. And the formula, you guys. You don't need a liner for these lipsticks. You don't even really need the primer. I have tried this on without the primer, and you get a very similar color payoff. I wouldn't even compare them, like I wouldn't necessarily say that you need a primer in order to achieve this level of pigmentation. I slightly overlined my lip because I didn't want the halo effect that I often get with the way that my lips are structured. So I'm going in right now and I'm trying to refine it without using a liner or having to clean it up with concealer. So that's me being obsessive right now. But yeah, this color is just, it's so good for fall, you guys. I love it. You have to get it. Like, you have to get Bet. I don't care what your skin tone is. It's going to work. And now I'm going to douse myself. I'm going to take a shower in the Smashbox primer water. Just ridiculous, right? But yeah, there we go. Set it and forget it. It's all done. I hope you enjoyed this look. I definitely enjoyed the volume that mascara gave my lashes. And now I'm going to take my hair down. I'm going to let my hair down. And I am going to fluff out my fro. It takes a little zhuzhing, a little bit of manipulation, but I enjoy some good volume because your girl has pretty fine hair. So my goal is always to kind of zhuzh it out and then pick it to hell and back. So here we go with my Afro pick. And the ends of my hair are pretty defined because I had my hair in the ponytail, and then I have a little bit of length from stretching it in the ponytail as well. So it definitely looks longer than it does after some shrinkage. But yeah, man, get into that definition. And that's it, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. For anybody who's curious about my fro today, I am going to give you guys an in-depth review of a couple of products that I picked up from Sally's in my Sally's Beauty Supply haul. You guys can check that out. There's the card right there for you. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye! Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers